What would you do if a homeless man asked you for food? Would you help him? Ignore him? What if I told you that homeless man was actually a millionaire testing people's kindness? Today, we're revealing what happens when someone who appears to have nothing turns out to have everything. We've all walked past someone on the street who's down on their luck. Maybe they've asked for spare change or a bite to eat. Sometimes we help. Sometimes we don't. But how would you react if that person wasn't who they seemed? That's exactly what we tested. I disguised myself as a homeless man, dirty clothes, unshaven face, the whole look, and approached strangers asking for food. But there was a twist. I wasn't actually homeless. I was testing something deeper. How do people treat those they think have nothing? And the results, some reactions restored my faith in humanity. Others, well, you'll see first. I had to make the disguise believable. This wasn't about acting. It was about disappearing into the role. The clothes, ripped jeans, a stained jacket, and shoes that looked like they'd walked miles. The look, messy hair, dirt, smudged on my face, and a tired expression. The proper small cardboard sign that read, "Hungry, anything helps." The goal, to look like someone who'd been struggling for a long time. I sat up in a busy part of the city and started asking people for help. Not money, just food. A sandwich, a piece of fruit, anything. And the responses, they varied wildly. Some people didn't even think twice. One woman stopped mid-stride, turned around and said, "Wait here." She came back 5 minutes later with a full meal from a nearby restaurant. "It's cold out. You need something warm," she said. Then there was the construction worker who handed me his entire lunch. "I'll grab something later," he shrugged, but the most touching, the elderly man who gave me half of his sandwich, the only thing he had on him. "We all need help sometimes," he said. These were the moments that hit me hardest, because they weren't just giving food, they were giving kindness. Of course, not everyone stopped. Some people avoided eye contact entirely. One guy even crossed the street when he saw me. But here's the thing, I didn't blame them. We've all been in a hurry, or unsure, or just not in the mood to engage. That's human. What surprised me, though, were the people who did stop, but not to help. A few people had strong opinions. One woman glared at me and said, "Get a job." Another man muttered, "Probably just gonna buy drugs," as he walked past. And then there was the couple who laughed. "Nice try, buddy." These were the hardest moments, because they weren't just ignoring me, they were making assumptions about who I was and what I deserved. After each interaction, I revealed the truth. "Hey, before you go, I'm actually not homeless. This is a social experiment. I'm a millionaire testing how people react to someone in need." The reactions to this were even more shocking. Some people were furious. "That's messed up." One guy yelled before storming off. Others were stunned. "Wait, what, you're serious?" But the most powerful reactions came from the people who had helped me. The woman who bought me a meal, she cried. "I don't care if you're rich or poor," she said. "If someone's hungry, you feed them." The construction worker just laughed. "Man, I hope you enjoyed that sandwich." And the elderly man, he smiled. "Good, now you can help someone else tomorrow." This experiment wasn't about tricking people. It was about showing how we treat those we think are below us. Because here's the truth, it's easy to be kind to someone who looks like they deserve it. But real kindness, it's given without conditions, without judgment. Some people passed that test, others failed. But all of them made me think, how would I react? So here's the question. If you saw someone who looked homeless asking for food, what would you do? Would you help? Would you walk away? Would you judge? Let me know in the comments. And remember, everyone has a story. Sometime the person you think has nothing might just be the one teaching you everything. Until next time, stay kind.